Once exclusive to nation-states, drone warfare is now increasingly being carried out by insurgents, criminal groups, and terrorists. During the October 7th attack on southern Israel, Palestinian militant group Hamas deployed several suicide drones with small payloads to target Israeli tanks and armored vehicles along the Israel-Gaza border. In the present Gaza war that ensued, militant groups from Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen launched drones periodically at Israel to relieve pressure on Hamas. On the U.S.-Mexico border, drug and human trafficking organizations use drones to monitor law enforcement. In Mexico, cartels have even used explosive-laden drones against rivals and authorities. Welcome to Strategic Wisdom with Andrew Jose. I am Andrew Jose, a Washington, D.C.-based security policy analyst and news reporter, bringing you unique analysis and commentary on issues in international relations, counterinsurgency, and war. In today's episode, we'll dive into non-state actors' increasing use of drones. Joining me today is a fellow reporter from Mexico to discuss the impact, trends, and implications of drone warfare by non-state actors. Guillermo Calderón López is a Jalisco, Mexico-based journalist and analyst specializing in the Middle East, jihadism, and the former Soviet Union. Guillermo's work has been featured in Militant Wire and the Spanish-language international relations publication Descripando la Guerra. In his recent reporting work for Militant Wire, Guillermo has reported on the use of drones in the current Israel-Gaza war by jihadist outfits such as the Iran-sponsored Bahraini group Saraya al-Ashtar. Guillermo Calderón López, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm so pleased to be here with you.
Could you explain to the audience today on how drones have been used by militant groups in the current Israel-Gaza war, and how sophisticated is the technology that is being used in these drones?
Well, we have to distinguish first between the Hamas-Israel war and the broader conflict that includes Yemen, Iraq, Syria. Hamas has used the drones, not so much that reported as they saw. In Iraq, the Islamic resistance has used drones. For example, on October 17th, the United States intercepted two attack drones named Qasef-2K. These drones have also been used by the Houthis in Yemen. They are a suicide drone, and it explodes to a height of 10-20 meters. And its pieces, when it explodes, go into a range of 2,400 meters. Right, that's 2,400 meters. And anyone in this radio will have serious trouble. It was used in Iraq, Syria too. The Islamic resistance has also used the Murad 5. It's a kamikaze drone, and it has been used on an attack on Al-Harir base. It has Iranian design. Both are kamikazes. Saraya al-Ashtar has used improvised drones. Those drones are not such sophisticated as the others. Saraya al-Ashtar drones have been locally assembled. The Houthis have also used that drone, but it is like the least sophisticated drone. Hezbollah has used also another kind of drone since the 2000s, and it has been used right now in Galilee. It's a kamikaze drone, a one-way drone. Also the CAF SEF-2K, it's also a kamikaze drone. And the Houthis have used the wave drones based on another kind of drone named Shahed 136, and also the Iranians themselves have used this drone. It can reach the Shahed 136 and reach 200 to 200 kilometers, can carry 50 explosive kilogram warheads. It has GPS and is driven by inertia, and it can damage infrastructure. These are all sophisticated drones, and almost all are made by Iran.
Thank you so much. Nowadays, drone technology has been widely commercialized. Anyone with an Amazon account can order a basic camera-carrying drone. Are the drones that we see today used, are they mostly rigged variants of commercial UAVs, modified variants of drones that are commercially available?
I don't think so. These have another design, different capabilities, so no, I don't think so.
What would you say is the extent of involvement that state sponsors have in the manufacture and use of these drones?
All the drones that I mentioned are manufactured by Iran.
So are they like Iran manufactures and then exports them, or Iran basically sends the designs and these are locally manufactured?
No, as far as I know, it exports them. And one kind of drone was being used in Ukraine too, but
by Russia, right?
Yeah.
So what makes these drones a challenge for Israel and belligerents in other wars? What is it about drone warfare that makes it so challenging today for countries that respond to aerial threats?
Well, I was reading some before coming into here, some minutes before coming into here, that Israel was concerned that the drones could overload the Iron Dome, and that would make the Iron Dome unable to respond to any missile or something like that, no? Something like that happened on October 7th.
Moving away from Gaza, how common is drone warfare by non-state groups, including jihadist outfits, elsewhere in the world?
Well, the Islamic State, back in 2016, almost stopped the Mosul offensive. The drones were causing trouble for the Iraqi security forces and the U.S. Air Force. That's the extent. On 2016, then Hezbollah used drones in their attack on Jordan against an U.S. base. You remember that attack back in February?
This was this year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I think the United States responded to it by carrying out strikes in Iraq, and I think even Jordan joined it.
Perhaps I'm mixing the attack because the U.S. has bombed Syria a lot of times and Iraq, and they also responded by killing a commander in Iraq. Moving back to our conversation, Syrian jihadists also used drones on their attack on a military academy back in October.
What about drug cartels in Mexico and South America? How do they use drones? How drones help these groups in their day-to-day operations and long-term strategy?
Well, they use them facing the rivals. They use them facing the military and the police. That's for a start. The cartels also use the drones on 4 ways. Since 2010, for their main purpose, no? Trafficking drugs, no? That's what cartels do.
Mm-hmm.
They begin to use drones on 2017 to fight. And after 2020 and the pandemic, they use the drones for propaganda, spreading their narrative, sending messages to the population, to the government, and also recording themselves, helping people, and for night vision combat. In 2021, they also use the drones for gathering information and exploring the area before attacking the rival. The Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación wounded 2 police officers, and it is widely used among cartels.
And is the drone, are they similar to the ones used by the groups in the Middle East, or these are more rudimentary?
More rudimentary.
Would you say that these drones are usually like DJI drones that are bought off the market, or the cartels have engineers who make the drones in-house?
They already have divisions in charge of making the drone.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary, no? But cartels have already their units in charge of this.
How would you propose policymakers regulate this technology, balancing both innovation and security interests?
They are already regulated. For example, in Australia, since 2013, drones must be at least 30 meters away from urban structure, buildings, and if one wants to use a drone, well, they must check with the council. In France, it is forbidden to fly drones over the nuclear plants.
Mm-hmm.
And in Hong Kong, they have no-fly zones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how much more can they be regulated.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just listened to journalist and analyst Guillermo Calderón López. Guillermo Calderón López, thank you for your time.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you for listening to Strategic Wisdom. Be sure to follow and subscribe on whatever podcast platform you are using to listen to this show in order to not miss out on any future interviews and conversations that I bring to you on this podcast. Also, be sure to subscribe to Strategic Wisdom on Substack, strategicwisdom.substack.com. Make sure to follow Strategic Wisdom on Twitter and Instagram at StratWisdom. That is StratWisdom. This is your host, Andrew Jose, signing off.